Today's video is a comparison between Estee Lauder Double Wear and the Bareminerals Bare Pro. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Andri. Before we get started, I invite you to go and grab yourself something nice to drink, relax, and let's talk about foundation. Cheers. Okay, let's get on to the video and let's get on to these two foundations. So I have Estee Lauder Double Wear and my newly acquired Bareminerals Bare Pro. So this was my go-to foundation. This is the foundation I have been using for years. Since the lockdown, I kind of stopped using foundation, then started again, deciding I was going to start looking a bit more normal. So I started using my foundation, and just more recently I felt it felt heavy, but that's because I hadn't been using foundation. So Bareminerals was recommended to me by my daughter-in-law, who is a beauty therapist, and she said to me, try Bareminerals, it's a much lighter foundation, although it gives you the full coverage. So I bought it. So let's discuss what I think about it. So let's start off with pricing. Estee Lauder Double Wear retails for £34. The Bareminerals Pro retails for £31. On paper, when you look at these two foundations, they are both matte foundations. They both claim to give you 24-hour coverage. Estee Lauder foundation has an SPF of 10. The Bareminerals has an SPF of 20. The Estee Lauder has over 60 shades of foundation. The Bareminerals has 30 shades of foundation. Basically, so far we have Bareminerals with less shades at a lesser price, and we have Estee Lauder with more shades at a few pounds extra. Let's see which one is worth it. In this video, I will try them both on. I will put Bareminerals to the left and I will put Estee Lauder to the right, and I will wear it throughout the day and come back to you every few hours and let you know what I think about it. I will be wearing the same base with both, and I will be using the same brush with both as well. I will add here that I have been using Estee Lauder Double Wear for years and years and years and absolutely loved it. As I've got older, I felt it was a bit too drying, and then I discovered Morning Aura, Victoria Beckham Estee Lauder Morning Aura, and I love the combination of these two and the way it looks. I haven't used this in this video, and I haven't used a base coat in this video. I've just used, as you will see, I have used my serum and I have used my moisturizer, and I've also used my sun protection. Before we go on to the application and how it has worn, this is at the end of the day. I have retouched my makeup. I have a combination of both foundations on just now. I have had to redo my makeup, and you will see why towards the end of the video. So hence why you'll see a different top, and it will make sense as you watch the video. So enjoy. Okay, let's do this. One hairband on. On my face at the moment, I have eye toned with my Pixie Retinol Toner. I then went in with my Estee Lauder Performance Pro Serum, which is what I always use. And then I went in with my Day Wear Moisturizer, Estee Lauder. I then went in with my sun protection, which is this one here. There we go. This is the, I don't know how you pronounce, Avene, blah blah blah, A-V-E-N-E. So this is an SPF 50, UVA, UVB and all of that, and that is also a mineral sun protector as well. Not about that. We are here to talk about the foundations. Let's compare the Bareminerals Bare Pro to one of my all-time favourites, and one that I have been using for years and years and years and years, but just recently felt this was getting a little heavy. The brush that I'm using is the Artiste brush, which is completely broken. If you've been with me for a while, you'll know all about my Artiste brush, but I absolutely love it. Expensive, worth every penny. So it is clean. I have washed it, ready to do this. I will do my left side with the Bareminerals, and I will do my right side with Estee Lauder. So pump, let's go 1, 2 small pumps, and if needed we'll go in with more. I also have a mirror down here, so if I'm looking just low, it's just to make sure I am doing this properly. So let's go in. I like to just tap it. Got to remember now I'm only doing one side of the face, so just tap it in and go in. I've not used any concealer or anything, so just let that sink in like so, and then just drag whatever there's left on the brush down. I am in natural light just now. I will turn on the light just to show you, but I wanted to do it with natural light, so I've got natural light just there. My Estee Lauder, so this is how I like to apply my Estee Lauder. Just apply it with my finger. And I'm going to go in with the same Artiste brush, and already I'm feeling this is a heavier coverage. Probably a better colour for me just now. I think I actually needed less time to blend as well. It kind of just sunk in. So that's that one. That's that one. I'm going to go in again. Let me see if I can see a difference. The pores with the Bareminerals are looking bigger. They're more prominent than the Estee Lauder. That's my first reaction. The wrinkles under my eyes, again, looking more prominent. Smoother on this side. Better coverage so far I can see with the Estee Lauder. Okay, let's go in again with the Bareminerals. Again, I'm going to go in 2 pumps. Tap it in. The colours actually, I honestly thought that the Bareminerals one was a lot lighter. Okay, let's blend in. And there's not that much in it, in the colour. Like I said, my face is quite tanned just now, because I'm the type of person, when I sit in the sun, I am sitting in the sun. Okay, again, around there, over the eyes, underneath. And blend down and in, and I just like to go right into the hairline. It's got a bit of a sheen to it, can we see that? But that does dry down. So there we go. Let's go in with the Estee Lauder. Okay. Now you can see it's darker now. Wonder if anybody will notice. Not that we get close enough to anybody, so it's probably a good time to do this now. And I don't know how I do this, but I managed to do this every time. I've managed to get foundation, that'll be the Estee Lauder one, on my top. Look, just there. And this double wear is a nightmare to get off. I'm going to have to go and take it off and try and rinse my top off. So when I do checks in, I'll be in a different top, bearing that in mind. Okay. And all the way down. There we go. Let's turn this light on as well. That's what it looks like. Bareminerals Double Wear. I think they're quite similar, if I had to be honest. I think, honestly, looking at it straight away, my first impressions of it, looking at the two of them together, I do prefer the way Estee Lauder one makes my skin look as opposed to the Bareminerals one. Let's turn the light off. That's natural light. Let's have a look at this in natural light. The thing that I'm really noticing with this is my pores. I've never been one for going, oh, I've got big pores. It's not a thing that I look for, but seeing the difference with this, you can see the pores here. I can really see the difference with this foundation. Having them both on, not feeling one's any heavier than the other. Actually really a good colour match. I didn't think that initially, but it is really a really good colour match. Get the rest of my makeup on and I'll do check-ins with you throughout the day whenever I remember. So it's a hot day today, so if I'm gonna get sweaty, today's the day that it's gonna happen. So let's do the makeup. Okay, not natural lighting, but I just went to do the rest of my makeup, so minutes have passed. I've also tried to clean the stain there, so yeah, we're being real here. And I have already noticed, and I don't know if this is gonna pick up when I try and zoom this, but the Bareminerals has already sat in my wrinkles under my eyes, so I'm really not liking that. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but that's the Estee Lauder. I'm having to stretch the skin out to show the wrinkles, but it has already sat under there just when I went to do, so I have to smooth that out now before applying the rest of my makeup, and I haven't put anything else on, so that's one thing I have noticed already. It settles into the wrinkles. Not a good thing at this age, not a good thing. That's the makeup on. We are in natural light. Actually we're not now, we're in natural light. That's natural light, so that's what it looks like. Go a wee bit close up. And my makeup is exactly the same on the left as it is on the right. So the light back on, take it brighter. And I honestly, it's the pore thing that's really the game changer here for me. I'm really noticing my pores on this side. I've got just a tiny bit of artificial light. There we go. So let's take the artificial light off because we have good lighting today. And I'm going to go in with the Prep and Prime by MAC. That's the one with the gold flecks through it. I'm just going to spray some of that, see if that makes any difference. There's a mirror on that side, that's why I've taken my mirror away from here. So let's go in with a bit of Prep and Prime. And okay, that's that. I'm going to go and sit in the sun now, do some more research on these foundations, and I'll be checking in continuously. It's time to check in. Should we make this brighter? So I'm now using the light, so it's no natural lighting. It's far too sunny now to open up the blind. But I have this little mirror here which magnifies things by 10 times. And yeah, I don't know if the camera will pick up on it, but the Bareminerals has gathered these patches of foundation that have gathered, and that has not happened with the Estee Lauder one at all. You can see flecks of mascara. I haven't touched my makeup at all. I've been sitting in the garden, enjoying the sunshine, a couple of glasses of wine with my daughter-in-law and my granddaughter. I've been chasing Georgie around about in the garden, my granddaughter, having fun in the garden. So makeup overall is looking good. I've done absolutely nothing but I do think, I don't know, can you pick up on that? Will we focus? I don't know, but there's like a gathering of foundation, and it's not even a wrinkle, you know, whereas it gathered right at the start in my lines under here. This is just gathered, foundation is gathered. Like I said, this is magnifying it by 10 times, so definitely double weight is performing much better. When I said to Ruth when she came, I said to my daughter-in-law, I've got 2 different foundations on, can you see the difference? Her initial reaction to it was the minute I pointed out, I mean, she couldn't tell I had 2 different foundations on, but she felt that the Bareminerals one was more dewy than the Estee Lauder one. That's it so far, both performing pretty well, I would say. But yeah, definitely this looks like it's gonna be a winner, definitely. Okay, next check-in, here we are, natural lighting. It is about 7:15. I have been sitting in the garden just enjoying the sunshine. Definitely neither one or the other is 24-hour. You can see they're both well worn. Let's get some lighting on. So yeah, at this point I would need to retouch up my foundation, so I'm going to sit and do my intro, and I will definitely have to retouch everything. So neither one or the other is 24-hour. So we are at the end of the day, and like I said right at the beginning of the video, this is the retouch up, and we are at the conclusion now of what I think of these 2 foundations. I do like them both. I do prefer this. This gave me a much smoother coverage. I was really surprised to see how this blotched up and gathered into my skin, and I probably would never have noticed that if I hadn't scrutinized the foundation for this video. So yeah, I will definitely be repurchasing this, which I have been buying for years. It's worth the extra pounds. It gave me much better wear. Neither would give you a 24-hour wear like they both claim. I mean, I remember I used to wear this for work. I would apply it at the beginning of my shift. I would work split shifts. When I came in, I would have to reapply again for going out. So neither of these are kind of 24-hour, and you will see at the end of it, my makeup had worn off. But what I really didn't like about this was the way it gathered. It hardly any time had passed and you could see it gathering under my eyes. I simply got up from here, I went into the room, kind of messed about for a couple of minutes, and I could already see it gathering under my eyes. And I've never really noticed that before. It was just because I was making this video and checking my makeup that I noticed that. So yeah, I do prefer this. The other thing I would like to add at this point is, which I didn't mention at the beginning, was this does not have a pump and this does have a pump, and a lot of people do prefer the fact that this does have a pump. You can buy a pump for this at an extra cost. The last time I checked it was about £5, but actually I prefer the fact that this doesn't have a pump. I like that I can just tilt it, tap it onto my skin and then blend in, whereas with this I put it on my hand and then put it over. Although, as you will have seen, I did manage to get this on my blouse, and I do get that quite often, and I'm very aware of that. So when I'm doing my makeup, I tend to put my dressing gown on, because more often than not, somehow I manage, and I don't know why, because I'm covering it, I'm doing this, so I really don't know how I'm managing to get it onto whatever I'm wearing. Because I've used this for so many years, I'm used to not having a pump. So this was kind of, do I pump it onto my face? Do I pump it onto my hand? You know, I kind of had that dilemma, as dilemmas go. they're very, very similar in every other way. I feel they're very similar in their texture. I feel they're very similar in the way they apply, although this, sometimes the Bareminerals can feel a bit streaky. I do get that bit of streakiness, and sometimes I feel I need to go in and pat it in with a beauty blender. I didn't do this today. I wanted to use the exact same brush and just the exact same methods with both, just to see. But certainly for me, I prefer the double wear. This actually claims to make the pores in your skin look smaller. I think they emphasize the pores in my skin. Pores in my skin have never been something I've kind of looked at and think, oh god, I've got great big pores, but this, I notice them. I really notice them with this, and this claims to make them smaller. It doesn't do that. I think it actually emphasizes them. So for me, a definite winner is the Estee Lauder Double Wear over the Bareminerals Bare Pro. So that's my humble opinion on these two foundations. I hope you find it helpful. That's just an opinion from a 55-year-old grandmother who has a little telltale signs on her face. Cheers to those lifelines. And before we say au revoir, if you would like to see more videos from me, I will link one here, and if you're not already subscribed, just press the A here, and I'll see you next time. Bye!